Here we are, boys. And child. Boys and child.
Okay, but I'm also kind of the master of death right now, so
Okay. Well, boys and, Death Master, here we are.
Actually, if we're allowed custom titles, I would like to be known as the Hextable. It's like Hex Maniac and Constable mixed together. I'm pretty proud of that.
Understood. We are about to enter the belly of the beast. We've battled hard and solved many difficult puzzles, but now we face our greatest enemy. The monsters that kept us out! Team Spit, join me! Deathmaster, Huxtable, Boy! Together, we will bring these criminals to justice.
Yeah! But I wanted a title.
Inside this room, you see several people. Starting from the left, you see a tough-looking woman, kind of looks like a Zorak, and she's just assumed a defensive position. You see what looks like a fire mage hold his hand out in front of him, about like with his mouth like puckered, about ready to blow through it. There is a green witch in the room holding on to the spatial crystals, and there is a blue mage supporting her on the other side. To the right side, can you see these names, by the way?
Yeah, Hex the Witch, Fanta the Mage.
Yeah, okay.
Dora the Druid, Fire Breather.
You see Hex the Witch.
I only see two that don't have names.
Guessing
Yeah,
the
I
patron.
know who those are.
Okay. Hex the Witch is holding back a little girl witch, and in the upper right-hand corner, you see a nervous-looking teen about Jade's age.
So they look more captive-y.
Do they look? Does she look more captive? She looks more afraid of you.
Were you the ones that formed these runes? I just look at the group.
What seems to be the head witch steps forward, and she steps out into the middle and holds out her arms and says, "Yes, we are here to stop the ultra portals from opening up even further."
Ultra portals.
The pursuit of justice.
I'm interested in that. However, the goings on here are a bit suspicious.
Did you cause the explosion, the cataclysm?
No, we already.
Oh,
That seemed to be unrelated, I assume.
Get on your knees and put your hands behind your back.
When you say that and you approach with the mag light, the little witch in the back flares her aura to life, and the room gets covered in darkness, and behind her, like phasing up through the floor, another Mewtwo appears.
Damn it, Crystal.
She casted darkness. It's the most powerful spell.
No.
Killed you.
No, essentially what she's done is she's just changed the environment of the room, and in here, it seems like it's some kind of buff. And that's it. No one's made any other action than that. It just appears to be very defensive.
So you're trying to stop the opening of the ultra things.
Ultra wormhole. It's
that's
what Zug came from.
That is breaking the law, right?
No,
That's
it's.
why we're here.
I mean, our entire unit is devoted to stopping those, so it's not breaking the law. But things are very suspicious here. So let's take a moment.
Oh, okay.
Why the crap should we believe that anyway?
Yeah.
The head witch looks at the officers in charge and says, "Oh, so you're actually willing to talk."
I'm gonna withdraw Snowball and send out Napoleon, though.
I'm always willing to talk as long as I have my mag light on me.
Alistair, do a perception check, that psychic one you've been doing. Yes, you can detect this one. Behind you, you can see a Frostlass, and she's holding her hands up, like readying a spell.
I'm gonna try and paralyze her with a glare.
Oh! Yeah, you've locked her in place completely.
She's lying to you, Murdoch. She's trying to do a spell.
What? I run up and give her a smack with the mag light. Do not resist!
No,
Oh my gosh.
All right, when you swing, the room warps and changes, and everyone is in different positions. You all are forced into the center, and you are surrounded by all of them. They all have their Pokemon out.
That doesn't look good.
Alistair, why did you let me do this?
Is the door still open?
The door is open. Your Pokemon are just outside the room. Because you shattered it, like, and Zug ate it, so there ain't no coming back from that.
Yeah, I was gonna be like, there's no way that the door closes, right?
No, the door has been eaten and gone.
I was gonna be like, with our luck, the door somehow closes still.
It seems like Hex is still willing to talk, but boy, they are not happy.
What the hell exactly are you doing here?
Why are you trying
I really don't understand.
What business do you have with the ultra wormholes?
The witch, now, like, holding crackling energy in her hand, says, choose your next words carefully, officers, because right below you is the portal we're making to the spatial world.
I'm most interested in keeping the fabric of reality together.
Listen,
that doesn't sound
listen.
like a good idea to me.
Little witch lady, the three of us are officers, but this lady here, she's not an officer. Just let her go. She has nothing to do with this except nothing to do with it. Just let her walk outside to our Pokemon, just to leave and not get back up.
Crystal doesn't look impressed, but, like, the girl up here, she doesn't look like she's willing to do that, but Amber comes out and shouts, yeah, I think you should let Jade go. I think you should let Jade go. And Hex looks over to Amber, looks at Jade, and says, you're the girl who's mastered death, aren't you?
What? You have all the Deathly Hollows?
I mean, I wouldn't say mastered, but we're friends, that's for sure.
Yeah, Chibitina crosses his arm and says, excuse me. I find that offensive, mortal.
The situation is a little severe, Chibi.
Oh god, the shit back.
Did you really want me to say that I'd mastered you, or would you have appreciated that at all?
He just goes,
So, just 1 second. Powerful witch ladies. What are we doing here?
Are our Pokeballs still on us? Did they get...
Your Pokeballs are still on you, it's just your current Pokemon are outside the room. It would take them a turn to get in.
Alright.
Okay, so...
All know more than I do as to what's going on here. Apparently we found the perpetrators, but we are in a bad situation.
We don't even know what it is that they're perpetrating, so let's take a moment.
Well, they say they want to close the Ultra Gates, but I don't know if I can trust you guys.
Alistair, they were dishonest when they were saying that.
Yes, Alistair seems to have used his magical psychic mumbo jumbo or whatever and says they're lying.
I thought he was just percepting for the Pokemon.
Yeah, he just percepted for the Pokemon, that's it.
That wasn't like an insight check. How about I do can I do an insight roll?
You actually have the passive ability to tell if someone's lying.
Are they lying?
If they are, they do not know it, because that's how your ability works. If they believe they're telling the truth, it definitely seems like they are.
Well, here's the thing, is that if they were going to open the portal and throw us in it, they would have done it already. So if they're holding back for some reason, then it seems like there might be...
Why do you plan... How do you plan to
They wouldn't be opening portals here, they'd be opening there's portals opening all over Utopus,
yeah.
And they're trying to close them for months.
So I was gonna say, how would you, physically opening one here, stop the others?
Closing. They're trying to keep it closed.
Yeah, no, so they said they're about to open a portal to the spatial world, and I'm asking, how is opening another portal going to help close the other portals?
Hex the Witch approaches and says, well, this is a matter of treating the symptoms and not the disease. She looks at you guys and Jade and says, you all are the old UB task force, correct?
Yeah.
The Special Pokemon Investigative Task Force. Spit. We are Spit.
No, we're not. Yes, we're the UB task force. I
am your senior officer. We are
Eddie and I are part of the UB task force. Alistair's a
Spit division. We are the Spit division. Yes.
Alistair's a outside contractor, but just as efficient as we are.
Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Hex looks at you and says, well, whenever you go and close an Ultra Portal, you're really just treating, part of the issue as opposed to stopping it at the force. You see, in the space, our world is made up of time and space. Easy to grasp, yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Well,
Yeah.
some time ago, time has been thrown out of balance, and because of that, space has reacted accordingly. And because of this, the Servant of Space is no longer sane enough to maintain his duties.
So you intend to capture Palkia?
No,
Who's that?
Palkia has been dethroned for a time, as well as Dialga. We need to capture his servant, who does the bulk of the work. She starts walking around the room. While the servant of Dialga can be anywhere at any time, the servant of Palkia chooses mostly to operate within the spatial dimension. The servant of Dialga is Celebi, while the servant of Palkia is Hoopa.
That's right.
Saying a lot of big words here that I'm not understanding. And it's
Hoopa's a
making-
Pokemon that can create portals to anywhere at any time.
And Celebi I've ran into several times.
Yes, and we're hoping that while we may not be able to capture our multiverse's Hoopa, we may at least be able to contain it here. That's what we were about to do as you ran in.
Is there a particular reason you didn't get actual authorities involved in this, if what you're doing is truly altruistic?
She looks at you and raises an eyebrow and says, "Have you met Looker?"
Oh,
Very
the
stressed
incompetent
out, man.
detective. Yeah, he's kind of dumb, but man, is he handsome.
Why? Gee, I wonder why the authorities wouldn't want to work with you.
Well, she thinks for a moment and says, "Well, we may work outside the law, and we've been doing that for, well, centuries." She kind of chuckles to herself. Hex continues, uninterested in your maglite foolishly. And she says, "For centuries, we've been watching the edges of reality, and we believe that we might have more authority in this matter than Detective Looker." She just kind of says with a little bit of disdain, "Or do you not know that he was the one that caused the wild calamity in the first place?"
He in fact
was
mentioned it.
Oh, or maybe it was. I don't really remember.
Oh,
He
they
mentioned
know.
it.
You mentioned it.
So she thinks. She says, "Well, you can, even if you are, I imagine you are great heroes, you could attempt to capture us, and if you do, you'll bring us all to justice, and we will face
Justice.
Don't say
Oh, you're
justice. It's like, oh great, you said justice.
we'll face our destiny. Of course, we can do that. Or you can come with us and attempt to save the entire multiverse, and really put your names as heroes of justice to use."
Justice.
Are you guys? So
Can
what
you
I know.
give us a
So are
5-minute
these guys part of? What I before we went on this, they mentioned that we were looking for the team.
Team Vision?
Yeah.
Okay.
They mentioned that this was a vision base, right?
Yes, okay, so Team Vision's really complicated. I'm going to assume you know all about the files. There are 2 Team Visions.
Okay.
In this world, there are 2 timelines running congruent at any given point. According to the report, the timelines are completely out of whack. There is a bad timeline and a good one. You guys are currently living in the good one, and there was once a Team Vision in this one, but they were scientists, researchers, and mystics just working outside the government.
But I assume that this is the bad one.
And the bad one is actively killing people right now, and they're from the bad timeline.
Would I assume? Would I be able?
You
What
know
timeline
that these guys are all from this timeline, and yes, Hex the Witch has admitted to working for Team Vision.
All right.
Excuse me, Witch Lady, if you could give us just a few moments to have a group huddle to decide whether we want to bring you to justice or to dispense justice across this multiverse, as you call it, that would be very much appreciated. Thank you. Excuse me. And I kind of like do a brush away hand. Excuse me.
She backs up.
And I turn and face the group, and I'm like, okay, how are we gonna kick these guys' butts?
I think our best bet might be to go along with them, but stay cautious.
Are you
Well,
sure?
I guess I
Um,
trust.
I don't think we can trust any of this hexy mumbo jumbo crap. Alistair has been claiming he's been able to use it this whole time, and
That is beside the problem for me.
yeah, we got to make sure. Jake
You know more about this situation. Do you have any input?
Yes, please.
I do not trust them. I mean,
I don't
Problem
trust
is-
them either.
well, no, the thing is like the experiments that they were doing for Team Vision included genetic experiments on children. When I first visited here, I came across more than one ghost that was the result of the said experiments. They have done things. There's just certain things will not. I don't trust them whatsoever. What they say, I mean, they could close the dimensional holes supposedly, but I will not work with them.
It could be that we might be interested in playing along with it, just playing along with the game and see.
That's more along with what I'm thinking. Also,
Jay.
I don't think we have much of a choice at the moment.
Hey, are those girls? And I motion over to the two younger people. Are those your friends, or are they?
The one is.
One. Okay, I see.
Why
All
are
right,
they?
then.
I thought we were
think I
here to
know what
rescue.
we gotta do.
I just want to get Amber back.
I'm gonna.
Crystal too if I can, but it looks like she was not gonna come.
I'm gonna turn around to face the witch again, and tell me if I'm wrong, but having Zug, oh god, the cult's taking over. Having Zug for so long and beaten him into submission with the Maglite, I can assume we probably have some what is it with the lights? It's a code.
Code word?
Sure.
Where you
Morse
flash the
code?
light. Morse code, yeah. Essentially, I can flash the light a certain amount of times, and maybe he might register that's daddy calling sort of thing,
Yeah, totally.
Okay, so I'll turn and face her, and I'll have my mag light out, but down by my hip, and I'll start flashing the code and be like, well, we'd work with you, but there's just one problem. And I'm trying to obviously dramatically time this, so we'll see if Zug is in on it. But I'll say, your ends don't justify the mean. And
Hi!
yeah, perfect.
Zuglord crashes through.
Zuglord.
And knocking over crystals and walls and other things. Hex turns around in a panic, and she is then switched immediately using ally switch with Crystal.
Oh no!
Oh my god.
Zuglord then chomps down and
No!
and devours
Eric, you're eating a
Crystal
main
whole.
character.